This is my weekly grocery haul and menu plan for a family of 10. This is from Walmart only. I don't have an ALdi's or a Costco or anything like that, and I miss ALdi so much. But I got to deal with what we have, and right now we have Walmart. So our breakfasts and our lunches usually stay about the same. So we just kind of rotate a couple things, change a couple things up, always add fruit when we can, and stuff like that. So this week we'll have breakfast rice, malto meal, oatmeal, cereal, 2 kinds of eggs, and then pancakes. The pancakes we're going to have for dinner, and I will just make a whole bunch, and then we'll eat the next morning the leftovers that we get from that. If we have anything left over from those pancakes, and sometimes we do and sometimes we don't, then I will just freeze those for an on-the-go breakfast when we need to. And again, I have teenagers, so sometimes things like that just work out pretty well. For lunches, we're doing tuna sandwiches, cold sandwiches, hot ham and cheese and crackers and fruit. We'll do leftovers. We'll do mac and cheese, and then one day we'll just kind of see what all we have, do some fruit, see what we have left over, throw a lunch together, and those are usually the days where we go grocery shopping or whatever, and I need to just throw something together really quick. The mac and cheese night, the mac and cheese, I will change it up from time to time and put hamburger meat in it, or hot dogs, or it just depends on what we have left over and anything extra and all that good stuff. Okay, for dinner this week we're having chili dogs, chicken parmesan, chicken drumsticks. We're gonna have meatloaf, pizza for movie night, spaghetti, and pancakes. And with all of my dinner meals, I always try to serve a salad if it goes with that meal. Milk, ice water, a bread. I usually make a homemade bread or rolls of some sort, and if that will go with that meal, then that's what we'll have. Okay, so some things we have been into already since we've been home, because usually we get home and we're hungry from shopping and being out all day. And you know, every meal this week is accountable, and there's no eating out, and we're trying to, you know, save money in the process of all this. And so kind of let me go through what we have. We have an orange juice that we'll have with breakfast this week. We have apple juice for those that don't want the orange juice, and then I have a couple of little ones that will want the juice as well. And we've already been into it, but that's okay. So my spaghetti sauce, I get the really, really big ones, and we always have some left over. Most of the time, these are the 4 pounds, and if I have any left over, then I will use them I'll throw them in with our pizza sauce, or we'll have like Texas toast pizzas one night or something like that, and if I have anything left over, you know, great. Or I can freeze it as well, so that way nothing goes to waste here. So one of these will be for spaghetti one night, and I always make a really, really big batch of spaghetti, and then whatever's left over we will have for lunch the next day. And then again, I can put it in the freezer or whatever I need to do. The other one is for chicken parmesan, and that will nowhere near take this entire thing, so I'll get to use that for some other meals as well. My chicken drumsticks that we're going to have, I will just crisp them up really good on the stove and then throw them in the crock pot and let them cook all day. They smell amazing. We're going to have meatloaf, so I got a couple packets of meatloaf seasoning. This is the only kind of meatloaf seasoning that I've ever seen. I've not even seen an off-brand, so this is just what we buy. I have a couple of tortillas packages, I guess, under here. And these aren't particularly for meals. These are going to be for, like, when we have our sandwiches, we'll put these out as an option. They can have, you know, wrapped up ham and cheese or peanut butter or Nutella or something like that. We won't be having Nutella anything this week because, again, they were out of the large Nutellas, which is what we really need. And I'm not going to spend $3 or $4 on the little small ones because it's not enough anyway. The raisins we've already been into, but we might be able to get another lunch or some snacks out of this. This is just the 1 pound container of raisins. I wish they sold them bigger, and maybe they do in like Costco or somewhere like that, but for now this is what we've got. I had to get some mayo because we were out, ketchup because we were out, and my husband loves this kind and doesn't want me to buy any other kind, but I will buy the other kinds to use when he's not here if I need to, just to help with the cost difference on that, because obviously you can get ketchup a lot cheaper than Heinz. But it's still not a bad price, and it's good ketchup. So we have a large 4 pound thing of peanut butter. Now this will last me a few weeks. It just depends on what we're doing. If we're doing grilled peanut butter sandwiches, then that's going to take a little bit, but we're not doing that this week, so I'll be able to push this to next week also, and probably the next week. My husband can make a lot of peanut butter sandwiches and take them with him. It's just quick and easy, and he can just take them out and eat them, and he doesn't have to worry about mess or making anything. I only got 4 loaves of bread this week because I have a lot of bread stocked up, but I keep trying to buy it, especially since it goes on sale. And yes, we've already been into it. We came home and ate sandwiches. But I still try to buy it, especially when it goes on sale, because why not? I can throw it in the freezer and always use it for one of those weeks where maybe you're running out of time or you're running short on money even. Just, you know, keep buying those clearance items, and you can always freeze whatever you're not using. 5 gallons of milk. I bought 5 gallons of milk last week, and we went out really, really quick for some reason. I have no idea why, but we did. So I'm going to go ahead and stick to my menu plan with only buying 5 gallons of milk. I know that one of them was used for, I know that we had them for biscuits and gravy. But again, that doesn't take 5 gallons, so we just drank a lot last week, I suppose. My store was out of food coloring. Believe it or not, I go for these things, and sometimes the weirdest things are not available or they're out of stock there. So we're doing a Mario and Luigi cupcakes. So we have red and green, and then we're having another birthday party that the theme is like purple and stuff like that. So I grabbed one of these, the purple ones. But normally I would just make my own and then dye it, but nope, no dye. So, okay, anyway. So we have just a head of lettuce for salads for dinner this week. We have lunch meat, bologna, and this is for hot ham and cheese. And whatever is left over from this big package right here, then I will throw together with our cold lunches. We have mozzarella. This is for my chicken parmesan, and we will no way use this much. But we are just going to slice up the rest of it, throw it in with our lunches, and we're good to go there. And it's a great snack also. The big cheddar cheese, and these are the 2 pounds, and yep, they're like $7 where I'm at, but in the end, it's better for us. It's better for us to make these purchases. This is about as cheap as you can get, unless you go to ALdi. So, and like I said, I'm shopping at Walmart, so this is what I've got. Our cheddar cheese is for chili dogs. Again, we won't use that, but whatever shredded extra that we have, we can throw on our salads for dinner. We can chop this up, cube it, have it for cheese and crackers, throw them in for those kids' lunches. Really healthy, really good, fills them up. A big pack of single cheese. I usually get the way bigger one than this, but for the last 2 or 3 weeks they haven't had it. So I've been having to deal with this, which is fine, no big deal. If I know that I'm going to need more, then I will just buy 2 of these. Our hot dog buns go with our chili dogs. These were not on the menu plan this week, so what I'm going to do with these is just throw these in the freezer. I already have a few of them in there from when they went on sale last time, and we might have this meal next week. I'm not sure. So this extra $4 or $5 that I spent on these 2 packages will go towards next week. They were on sale, so no big thing. Okay, so marshmallows for the 4th of July. We got a few more Hershey bars down there. This Walmart was actually out of them today, so I'm just going to have to keep looking out for those and keep grabbing those for s'mores for the 4th of July, which is not next week, but like a few days after next week. I got just a small bag of dishwasher pods. I love these. I never used these until maybe, believe it or not, a month ago. Seriously, a couple months ago. And I love them. They work really well, and they're easy, especially like with kids, to maintain how much dish soap that you put in them. And this is just the 20 pack. I just needed just a refill, and usually I buy the bigger packs, but for today, this is just going to work on what I need. I will go and get all of my bigger stuff probably next week. Toilet paper, paper towels, dish detergent, laundry detergent, things like that. But just to get us through the end of this week, I guess it would be already into next week, we bought that. We have just 1 bag of chips this week for just a couple of fill-ins, like a couple of sandwiches that we may have. Cheetos, my littlest one loves the Cheetos. We're going to have cereal one night this week, so I got 2 big boxes. And we usually go through at least 1 box, if they're the big ones, every time we have cereal, every morning. Not every morning, the one morning that we have it. Okay, so then I have my 5-pound of Hamburger Meat. I've been buying that. It's been fine. I've been using it. It's cheap, so I've been using that, and that's fine. So 3 pounds of this will actually go towards my meatloaf. I make a 3-pound meatloaf, and there's usually no leftovers from that. So if I plan on having leftovers or let my husband take it for lunch, then I will make 2 of the 6 pounds. Believe it or not, we have a really small oven, so I can only fit so much in there. I have 1 rack that I'm dealing with here, so I can just usually fit 1 pan with 2 meatloafs on it. But this week, it's just 1 meatloaf that we're doing. 2 pounds of this is going to go into our spaghetti. Like I said, I just make a big old spaghetti, and we have it for leftovers for lunch the next day. I got another bag of tomatoes. Any leftover tomatoes that we get that we aren't using for meals, and we're actually not using this for meals at all this week, then I will slice them up and we'll just serve them as slices, and then you can put them on your plate and eat them as sliced tomatoes. They're really good with like chicken drumsticks, for example, and roast and stuff like that. I got just 1 onion. I can usually just get 1 onion just for the week. I just chop it up, and this is a really big one. I just chop it up. This is a purple one. And this week I'm going to use some of it for spaghetti. I'm going to use some of it for the meatloaf probably, and then slice some of it up for chili dogs if anybody wants onions on the chili dogs. I love the smell of onions cooking anyway. So I got another bag of apples. These were like 3 something, I believe, which I missed getting them at ALdi's because I know they were cheaper. And, you know, we obviously can go through more than a 3-pound bag of apples. We actually cloth diaper, but this package of Loves I got to put in the diaper bag, and then if we're running quickly somewhere or long trips or whatever the case may be, then I will use these, stock them in the diaper bag, things like that. And this is just a small package. This will last us however long, and when we start getting low, then I will just buy another package for those emergency times, because even some people who, you know, watch for the kids don't necessarily like using the cloth diapers, or maybe they just don't know how, so this is easy option and quick. Carrots for our lunches, just throw those in with some ranch or some Catalina, and it's just, they're yummy, they're good, and the kids will eat them. And ours is growing out of our garden finally, so I'm excited about that. Our bow ties are for, I got 2 big boxes of those. These are just the 12 ounces. These are for our chicken parmesan. I got a box of tea, just the cheap tea bags, which are for, you know, like sweet tea and anytime you need a cup of tea, anything like that. I got a big thing of syrup. I already have one of these in the cabinet, so if we end up needing to open another bottle, which we probably will for both meals, then I have the other one in the cabinet as well. Just a large vegetable oil for fried potatoes, which I might have for the chicken drumstick meal, probably. I'll probably do that, and then we'll have the mashed potatoes for meatloaf night. I have just a big old pack of macaroni and cheese. We're obviously not going to eat all of this. I'll probably make 2 or 3 boxes, and then these are just going to be leftover for those times when things get, you know, rushed, or we need something quick, or maybe I didn't have time to get to the store, whatever the case may be, and we'll be able to use those as a meal as well. Okay, I got a big case of water. This usually lasts a week, and by the end of the week, I need to buy another one. This week we had just a couple bottles left, but most of the time we don't have any, and if there's friends or family that come over, we definitely don't have any, and we need to buy more than 1 case. This is our big box of 60 eggs. I mentioned in another video how I don't like buying stuff like this because you never know about the eggs, but I have never had a broken egg yet. So I'm hoping that continues. And I love buying them in bulk like this because we certainly need them. We have 2 breakfasts this week, which is usually most weeks. I'll do scrambled eggs one day because the kids really love that. And then maybe like just a cooked egg or fried egg, something like that, on the next day. This is our pizza for movie night. We pretty much do the same unless other brands go on sale and stuff like that. Only because, again, we shop at Walmart and this is what we have. These are our birds that are so loud that you hear in the videos. Although right now, they're like, what are you doing? And they are not making a sound. But when you hear all that squawking, it's because of these 2 guys right here. I got a big thing of sugar, which usually lasts me about 2 weeks. My vanilla caramel creamer, because I love it. A couple of cans of corn down at the bottom and green beans. I get the bigger cans, but this Walmart doesn't have them, so I have to deal with that for now. The crackers are for my meatloaf. I won't use, obviously, that whole thing, so I'll probably just use half, and the other half we will just throw in for like snack, like peanut butter and crackers or cheese and crackers or something like that. There's our butter. They didn't have the big bulky pack that we usually get, the big bulky box, so I got this because I was drawn to extreme butter. Yum. Yum. This is our rice. They were out of the big boxes, so we're just having this one morning this week, and this will use the entire box for that breakfast, which is a 1 pound. But normally I get the big box, and the instant is just really quick in the mornings to cook up. But I always have this big 20-pound bag, and when it's gone, I buy another one. Rice is really good for like to help fill up and just add extras. You can put rice in any dish almost, even just on the side. So it's good when you've got a lot of mouths to feed. You can just use it as an extra little side dish. And there's so many different things you can do with it too. So usually I have this big 20-pound always sitting here, and once we start getting low, then I will definitely buy another one, and it's a lot cheaper to buy it in bulk like this. And that's my big flour bag over there also. I always have one of those as well. And then I just fill up my little small flour container that sits on the counter for when we're baking and stuff like that. I just fill it up with that, and then as that gets lower, then I go and grab another bag. That's like, cost me like $8 for, I think that's a 25-pound bag of flour. So we're good. So this is definitely a good purchase that you want to keep if you got a lot of mouths to feed, rice will just go anywhere. And that 5-minute rice is really quick in the morning, especially if we're trying to run out the door or with church or anything like that, and we need just a really good warm meal to get us going through that day. Okay, I got a big thing of popsicles. We are in summer here now, so these are yummy. Even I love these. My favorite is the blue. I love them. But these are great for the kiddos in the summer. And just a big thing of bananas. What we don't use for banana bread and stuff like that, we will slice up and use for fruit salad, for lunches or dinner. And then, of course, just by itself, we can slice them up, put them, you know, on their plates for breakfast and things like that. I got a 10-pound bag of potatoes, which will probably last me 2 weeks, but it really depends on what we're doing. For example, last night we had baked potato for dinner and some other stuff, of course, salad and other stuff and bread. And we went through a lot of potatoes, but this week we're not having that. This is just going to be a side dish. So we're going to have mashed potatoes, fried potatoes, stuff like that. So I'll be able to carry some of this on to next week. Okay, so that is my weekly meal plan for this coming up week, starting today actually. And if you have any questions, or I didn't explain something, or I was too quick, maybe I was talking too fast, comment, ask me anything that you want, and I will let you know. Somebody asked the kiddos that I have 8 kiddos. I have a couple teenagers and a bunch in between, and then I have a baby and some toddlers running around. So we got all different ages, all different sizes, and just doing just fine. So I'm glad that you asked that question, and if you have any other questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.